Hey guys, I thought I would go ahead and walk you guys through just a really simple makeup look. Kind of an everyday thing for me, but instead of a lot of blacks and dark colors, I'm going to use mostly browns and bronzes. So I'll take you through that really quickly. Alright, so I've already moisturized my face, so I'm going to go ahead and prime it with the Almay Smart Shade primer that I use. And you only need a little bit. And what's cool about this, it has the green in it, so it'll neutralize the red, which is really nice. Alright, get that everywhere. Alrighty, next step we're going to do the Sephora foundation. And I'm just going to put it on a sponge. Work it around. I have a big face, so it takes a while. I also don't want it on super thick, so I'm making sure to spread it nice and thin so that I don't have any awkward lines around here. So you always blend down like that, just really softly. I don't ever take foundation and put it there. I just blend from where I already have it and go down a little bit so that I don't have any separation. Alrighty, so next step, we are going to do the concealer, and I'm still using the Urban Decay pencil, and I like it. It's nice. It definitely goes down pretty quickly. I don't know if I'll get a pencil again. So I'm going to go under the eyes, like so. A little bit of war paint. A few lines up top. A thin one right down the middle of my nose, and then one more down here. I don't really want to highlight my chin because it's big, so I don't add too much down there. And then you're going to take the same sponge and blend it out again. I'm just pressing lightly because you do want to be able to notice it. Again, the look I'm doing now isn't a super dramatic one, so the contouring and highlighting won't be very aggressive. But so you get a nice highlight, which is really cool. Alright, awesome. Concealing done. Next step, I'm going to go grab my Hoola by Benefit. Lightly dust it around the face. I don't want to use any strong stroking or brushing because that'll, move. It could move my concealer since it is a little thick. So just real light, just to give yourself a little bit of color. Now it's okay for this to be lighter because that's the kind of look you're going for, because it photographs really nicely. And again with this, you just want to brush down a little bit on the neck to make sure you blend it. Okay, cool. And then I'm actually going to grab this cool little brush that comes with Hoola, this little guy, dab it twice on here, and brush it in right on that nice contour line. See how it gets that nice shadow right there? Totally different, like this side's still so round and this side looks a little bit more cut out. Alrighty. And now also with this, I'm going to do a little bit on the forehead right up here, because you don't want your forehead to look like a huge beacon of light. We did highlight it right here, but that's only because we knew we were going to come back and contour it. And again, so another thing, we're going to go back to the chin area, jawline, and brush under it lightly to create a shadow down here, which is again awesome in pictures because it helps get rid of that really sweet double chin that so many of us get. So it helps a lot. It's like, oh, skinny neck, but not really. Alrighty, so done with that, and now on to the blush, and we just do it a little bit above where we just did the contouring and just blend it out. Circular strokes, so it's nice. Next we're going to do the eyes, and we're going to start by priming with Too Faced Shadow Insurance. Just take a little bit on your fingertip and lightly put it on the eyelids. Alright. Next, we're going to take a light shadow. Super excited that I did my depotting because now I have everything right here. Not everything, I still have a little bit more to do, disgustingly enough, but I did a lot of it. Let me grab my brush. Okay, so we're going to take a light shadow after we've just primed it. And we're going to powder with the shadow, just really, really lightly, just so you can have something to set there, you know, as a base from your eyebrow, you know, down to all the way to your entire eyelid, just a little lightly. Alright, and then we're going to do the eyebrows, which is of course my favorite part. Okay, so I'm going to use my little angle brush. Oops, this awesome thing, the best. And I use a dark brown. I tried to do red ones and it didn't exactly look right, so I officially gave up on that. I'm just going to brush you guys out a little bit. I'm going to dab it in my brown eyeshadow. Going to do the top line. And I know you can't really see how I'm doing it this well in this video, but in an earlier blog post I did a step-by-step in pictures, which is a lot easier to follow. You'll also have to forgive me if I'm mumbling a little. I have the manliest voice on camera, and this is my first video tutorial. And always remember, your eyebrows are sisters, not twins. So it's okay if they don't look exactly alike. It's really hard to get them to match perfectly, and you will drive yourself crazy redoing them over and over and over again. So just accept it, and I promise nobody will notice. Well, you'll probably notice mine now all the time. Alrighty, so eyebrows done. Now our next step, I'm going to take this light gold shadow that I have from Sephora, and I'm going to brush it over the lids. Over that light gold color, I'm going to do a little bit of a darker gold. And like I said, this is going to be a really light eye look. I like to do a lot of lip color, so it's always easier for me to just do less on the eyes, more on the lips, instead of having them fight each other and looking just crazy. Alright, so I'm going to take a little bit of dark brown, and I'm just going to dab it lightly in the corners. Really, really lightly, like you can barely see it. So I'm going to let that sit there for a minute. Maybe add a little bit more. Okay, so you can see a little bit of the shadow starting to come in. I'm going to take the brush I just used on my gold color, and I'm going to blend it in, working it with the crease. I'm going to blend from the dark part to the inside. So now it's a little more blended out and still really subtle and soft. I'm going to take just a regular brown pencil eyeliner and go in on the top just like you normally would. So here, liner. Okay, I'm going to go under the bottom as well. Not on the waterline, but just on the bottom lid. Just really lightly too. You don't want to pull the skin under the eyes. I'm going to take a little flat brush. I never know which way to go. Right here. Little square guy. Dab that into a bronze eyeshadow. And smudge out the bottom eyeliner with that. So it gives it a more smoky look. As you can see, this is a little bit smokier than this. This looks a little more harsh. This looks more blended out and nice. So we're going to do the same thing over here. And then do the same thing up top. I'm going to add a little bit more dark in the corners real quick. And if you want to do the waterline, you definitely can. I usually just don't because it doesn't last on me. And sometimes it makes my eyes itch and bothers my contacts and all sorts of stuff. For mascara, I'm going to start with Bad Gal Lash by Benefit. I'm going to use that on the top lashes only. It makes them look really long, which is nice. And then I've got Maybelline Falsies, which I use on the bottom. And then I'm going to go over the top lashes again with Maybelline. And you don't have to do this. I really like fat lashes. Clumps don't bother me. This doesn't clump, but they don't really bother me either way. So I like to coat and layer my mascara a lot. And there goes my comb. Make sure you get both sides of the lashes. That makes a huge difference. So like I said, always got to finish it off with the lips. You don't have to. That's just the way that I usually do it. This is the Stila Stay All Day Liquid Lipstick, which is awesome. It goes on really easily like a gloss, but it stays like a stain. So it is actually matte, and it doesn't... It dries. It doesn't dry your lips out. I haven't had any problems with that. But I'll do a whole blog post about all their stuff that I have because I love their... absolutely love their lip colors. Put a little bit on, just like a gloss. And I usually put a little bit on the bottom first. And then rub my lips together because this is definitely something that you'll layer depending on how dark you want it to be. You don't want to layer it too much because then it will feel really thick. But yeah. There we are, really simple look for day or night. Thanks guys.